The confused mind never buys. Niche hopping is a recipe for lack of trust, confused followers, confused networking colleagues, any of that. So choosing a niche just helps to give you and your prospects the clarity that they need to make a financial investment in coaching. And trust me, it cuts the hours down on coming up with content when you know exactly what that problem is and how working with you solves it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Six Figure Certified. I'm your host, Liv Chapman. I'm the CEO and co-founder of IGC Coaching School. And today we are talking about how to define your coaching niche and why that will actually make you more successful as opposed to boxed in, which is a complete untruth of the coaching industry. You 1,000% need a niche at this point and the way the coaching industry has grown and evolved. And today I'm going to talk to you and walk you through exactly how to choose a niche, exactly how to talk about it so that you can finally get paid and get paid well for the services that you offer. And I get it. I used to think that niching wasn't necessary. And maybe 10 years ago, it wasn't. Why limit yourself? And coaching is coaching, right? But the reality is that the coaching industry has exploded. And in order to stand out in this ever-growing, ever-evolving marketplace, being able to clearly articulate the problem that you solve for your clients is chef's kiss. We need that. This is not because you cannot coach anyone around anything. The ICF, International Coach Federation, says that coaches should be able to dance in the moment, which means be prepared for any type of coaching request, even if you've marketed yourself as a career coach, for example. Your client may come with you with a non-career coaching request. And as an ethical ICF aligned coach, it is your responsibility, assuming it's a coaching request, right? Not like a consulting request or a therapeutic request or something of that nature. It is your responsibility to still be able to coach them. And honestly, it's pretty easy if you are trained and certified and you know actual coaching skills. So today I'm going to break down why niching is simply a marketing decision and not a limitation. Then we are going to get into the 6 main coaching categories and sub niches within those categories that actually pay. So people are actually making money by calling themselves XYZ and talking about and marketing and problem solving inside of these niches. I'm going to show you a little Venn diagram. In case you didn't know, I was an elementary teacher for years before I got into coaching, and we love a good Venn diagram. I'm going to show you this exact method to really simplify this process that we use at IGC. And we're going to talk about why committing to a niche actually attracts more clients as opposed to leaves people out. And I literally just got off a call with a client earlier, and she was asking me like, are you sure I should keep my niche like this? First of all, it's up to you. It's your business. You get to decide. But what I have seen over the years, again and again and again, especially these last 3 years, is that having a very targeted, well-defined niche is top tier. It allows people to self-select into your services. And you know that the people getting on the phone with you, because we know coaching is sold over the phone, are ready to buy. More ready to buy than ever because they are already clear on what problem you are going to help them solve. So first things first, why do you need a niche? Let's be clear. It has nothing to do with your coaching ability. It has everything to do with the content that you put out, the micro celebrity factor that you create for yourself, which when I say that, I simply mean you want to be the person that people go to for XYZ. You want to be the person that people go to for building unrelenting confidence as a female CEO. Or you want to be the person that people go to if they want to recover from a toxic relationship. Or you are the person that people go to when they hate their job and they're ready to find their dream career. Or you are the person that people go to when they are ready to break free from societal norms and live their best work from wherever travel life. Okay, I just made those up on the spot as if you couldn't tell, but you want to have that micro celebrity factor. And the way that you do that is by truly defining your niche so that when someone finds you, it's going to be like, ah, you know what I mean? Okay. You are going to clarify it. You're going to run with it. And please, if nothing else, don't change your niche every couple weeks. I want you to stick to one, and I want you to give it a good 90 days before you give up on it. It takes a while to build a reputation. It takes a while to become known as something, but the more you put out what you do, the more you go, whether it's in person or online, and connect with people and share, this is the exact problem I solve, the faster your business will move forward. If you're constantly changing from one thing to the next, honestly, people are going to lose a little bit of trust in you, and you're just going to become known as the random coach on the internet who's always selling something else. That's not a good look. So now that you're with me and you see the value of having a niche and how much easier it's going to make your life, especially if you're thinking from the lens of content creation, you're really going to be putting out a lot of the same messaging again and again and again. And the goal is to really drive that message home. So people have to see that over and over in order for it to land. But that should actually make your life easier because you're basically just talking about that problem that you solve again, and again. So now that you're invested in this, you're committed, you know that you're going to niche. Let's talk about what niches make sense for you. And every single person has a different personal experience and professional experience and areas of interest and all of that. But at IGC, we recognize 6 main buckets, if you will, of coaching niches. And then within each of those categories, there's sub niches or ways to make yourself even more targeted or more specific. And those are general life coaching, career coaching, business coaching, health coaching, executive and leadership coaching, and relationship coaching. Now, inside of all 6 of those buckets, which are the top 6 categories of any paid coaches, so inside of those categories, you want to niche even more specifically. So inside of general life coaching, you may have confidence coaching. You may have some type of spirituality or Christian life coaching, for example, or midlife women coaching or coaching for women in midlife. You're going to be even more specific. Inside of career coaching, you may have post-college career coaching or new graduate career coaching or into the C-suite career coaching or career pivoting or resume building. There can be so many smaller niches inside. You do not want to be so general that it's confusing or unclear on the problem that you solve. Again, you are going to solve a lot more problems than just whatever niche you go with that, or whatever specificity that you're marketing. But the specifics are the thing that is going to get you on the phone with the clients who need you most. Remember, it's not limiting your ability to coach. It's growing your ability to reach the right clients. So I'll give you a few more examples inside of the health coaching umbrella or bucket. We may have fitness coaching. We may have fitness coaching for men over 50. We may have mental health coaching. We've seen a lot of growing in that area. We may have nutrition coaching or nutrition coaching for new moms. See how specific we can really get there? Any of those are going to help you stand out to the right people. Got it? Business coaching. I mean, you've seen a ton of this. Social media content creation coaching, email marketing coaching, scaling or coaching for entrepreneurs who are ready to scale to their next XYZ. All of those things fall under this umbrella, but they're much more specific so that you can speak to the right person. Each of these categories has dozens of sub niches. You have to pick the one and stick with it that feels the best for you. So how are you going to choose which niche to focus on? Here's the formula. This is where the Venn diagram is going to come on in. So at IGC, we have this Venn diagram. One circle refers to everything you're great at, everything you're interested in, all of your personal or professional experience, all of that stuff that you just love. Most people who get into coaching have an idea. one thing that people say is that you're often your first client. So something that you have gone through or worked through or an industry that you have worked in is going to have a lot of influence on your coaching niche. So that's on one side. On the other side, this is the most simple part of all, a problem that people will actually pay to have solved. And then right there in the center, that overlap is your niche. So from all of those interests, from all of those personal and professional experience, how can we take that and get it mixed just in the right combination with the problem that people will pay to have solved? That right there is going to be your niche. I hope that makes sense. So if you are a former HR director who loves coaching people, you help midlife professionals to negotiate higher salaries and promotions, you may be under the bridge of career coaching, salary negotiation coach. Honestly, it sounds very, very niched, but it's also very, very clear. And any well-trained great coach knows that there's a lot more conversations that are going to go into that besides just the salary negotiation piece. Now, you don't have to get that targeted, but it's absolutely an option. And the trend in the coaching industry right now is going towards super, super targeted. And besides, I can think of dozens of people right now who would love to negotiate a higher salary. So honestly, it sounds like you would make the money doing what you love in that position. Let's look at another example. You're passionate about wellness. You have healed yourself from burnout or exhaustion or whatever it may be. You love helping busy moms reclaim their energy and reduce stress. You're probably the one in the mom group who's always helping everyone out or sharing a recipe or getting everybody to go for a walk or putting down the wine and offering them a kombucha, something. Can you drink kombucha? Anyway, clearly not my niche. All right. So maybe under the health coaching realm, you do burnout recovery coach for moms or for new moms or for older moms or younger moms. It doesn't matter. But you want to use what you love and what you're great at and mix it with something. I know tons of new moms or moms in general, that pay in different ways for burnout support, whether it's through gym memberships, massage, vacations, shopping, scrolling. We're always paying somehow with our burnout, right? So as a coach, you can obviously support them in a much healthier way. So ultimately, you are merging your strengths and interests with a problem that people will pay to have solved. I hate to call it a profitable transformation, but that's kind of what it is. If any fears are coming up as I'm going through this and you're like, I don't know if I can niche that targeted, or I don't want to leave anybody out. Totally valid, totally fair. And I would recommend that you try this method for at least 90 days and see how it shifts the dynamic of your business and see how it shifts the people that you attract and the opportunities that you create for yourself. When you are going out into the world or posting on social media or however it is that you're trying to connect with your clients, being very clear about how you work, what you help people with is going to help you rather than these broad statements or I'm a coach or inspirational quotes, having a niche with examples and client testimonials and tried and true methods. Think of that too. If you are really focused on helping people get out of burnout and into bliss, for example, what are some tips, tricks, exercises, activities, practices that you would recommend? You can get so much more clear and have such better content and conversations when you are clear on that niche. And it positions you as an expert. You become known as the micro celebrity or the go-to person for XYZ. And you start building this reputation as the woman or man or person who can change someone's life in this specific area. So to wrap things all up, final steps. Here's exactly what you're going to do to define your niche and start getting paid and paid well for your coaching services. Step one, you're going to brainstorm everything that you love, everything that you're interested in. What are you great at? What personal and professional experiences have you had so far? What could you talk all day about? Because let's be honest, whether you're going to a networking event or posting on social media, you've got to be talking about the same thing often, again, and again. That's number one. So what do you absolutely love? If you pictured yourself on stage amongst a crowd, like what lesson would you teach them? What would you share with the world? And I know anyone who's watching this channel has a message to share with the world. No one is thinking about breaking out of the norm of society unless they have something on their heart, on their mind, on their soul that they are meant to bring into the world. So what is that thing for you? Now, step number 2, you are going to identify the transformation that people will pay for in that area. Now, the transformation of coaching is well beyond just the niche conversation. When I do a post-coaching survey to my clients, some of their greatest breakthroughs have nothing to do with the niche that they hired me for. That almost becomes like, oh, of course I scaled my business to 6 figures, but I really actually enjoy it now, or I have confidence now. So there's always going to be these offshoots of the thing, but you want to pick what someone would actually pay for. I often think of, what is this person Googling when they're struggling? How can you rephrase that or word that in a way that makes sense to them so that they can easily follow you, so that they can want to talk to you at an event, so that they can refer their friends who are complaining about this thing to you exactly because you are now known as the person who solves this problem. And step 3, you have to make a decision and commit to your niche. Niche hopping is a recipe for lack of trust, confused followers, confused networking colleagues, any of that. The confused mind never buys. So choosing a niche just helps to give you and your prospects the clarity that they need to make a financial investment in coaching. And trust me, it cuts the hours down on coming up with content when you know exactly what that problem is and how working with you solves it. So you have 3 steps to take on right now. Don't forget that beautiful Venn diagram so that you can put this all together. If you need to kind of workshop it with yourself, potentially even do a little market research in this area if you're not sure, you got to love it. You've got to be able to walk into any room and say, I am a career coach and I specialize with women changing careers in midlife. You have to be able to confidently say that, whatever that is. I love the introduction of I am a career coach who, I am a health coach who, I am a business coach who. Then you add that really specific helping statement. That's your niche. That's what's going to get you paid. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to share this with a friend who's considering becoming a coach. Maybe they've started coaching, but they're not getting the clients that they need or want. Or maybe share it with somebody who you know keeps changing their niche and maybe it's about time to stick to something. Remember, I would never do something and quit before 90 days was up. And I hope you don't quit on your niche either, because the clients that need you are waiting for you and they're out there. I'll talk to you next time.